I'm in Burger King. Where am I even looking? I should be looking at the. Yeah. So again, I'm on my cheap ass phone. Um, I don't know. I don't know why everything's so difficult now. I know personally. There was this evil witch cursing me. I'm not even kidding. Um, where the people actually sit there with some kind of cauldron or crystal ball or the voodoo doll. Doesn't really matter. Um, just enough negative juju, enough actual actions to ruin your life, which have worked. Yeah. So I know my life is like, I know my life sucks. And I'm dead serious about that. I know that people don't believe in that stuff, but that's what's happening. But just today was the weirdest, strangest day, and the world has been getting so bad. And I'm watching all these videos and about people not being able to find jobs, who are looking for jobs, and they're like good-looking, fit people who have all kinds of experience. And it's like, I mean, I went through that in 1999, and that's why my life sucked all this time, and I never really had a decent life. But now it's happening to everybody. There was always that thing where people didn't believe you. They thought, oh, well, you're just looking for a job in your field. People would say that to me. I never even had a field. I don't even know what they're talking about. I applied at Walmart and the movie theater and all this stuff back in 1999. And you would, but it wasn't that many of us. So people really thought you were just being lazy or you didn't want to work or you didn't have to work for that. They knew nothing about you, but they made those decisions based on what they tell themselves. Now it's just ridiculous. So today, just the information I've been taking in, I mean, the bad guys are still winning, and they're supported. Like the force is with the dark side of the force is with these people, and I really don't understand it because, well, I understand why the dark side is with them. I don't understand why it seems to be prevailing. I know that. I mean, we've got this war going on that we didn't vote for, but these people, these entities, these demons, they're soulless people and they're being used. You read about this stuff, or you watch videos about this stuff like archons and all this stuff like that. To me, don't have to go into all that stuff. You could just call them demons, you could call them entities, you could call them dark energy. Just the people who get used. Sometimes they're actually bad people and they want to get ahead and they'll easily make a deal with the devil. Sometimes they're just unconscious people, people who are very low vibrational, people who are all root chakra, who just don't have any moral fiber and they don't care because they don't believe in heaven and hell and stuff like that. And I don't know if there's a heaven or hell either, but um, I know for me, regardless of any of that, it's always been important to me to be a decent person and to treat other people well. And the people who don't care about that are winning. They're doing well. They're supporting each other. They're thriving. They may be miserable too. They may go home and, you know, cry in the witch's brew, but they're winning. Their efforts are prevailing, and I don't get it. You know, I just hold on. I decided to make another video with my phone because the last two videos I made, I'm actually putting my hand in front of the camera. The last two videos I made with this goddamn Chromebook that I accidentally bought when I was, possessed, whatever the hell I did. I can't get away from it. I should, instead of spending money on junk and this crap, which I'm addicted or something. I'm addicted to sitting down and thinking and going to places that have a table and I can sit and look at a big window. I do it by default. I wake up in the morning and I don't know what to do. I end up just going. And, you know, I could have somehow conserved money and not done that. I probably would have lost my mind, but I bought a decent laptop like a normal person. I'm sure I could have done that, but every time I try to plan anything, if I try to save or whatever, it ends up worse if I hadn't tried in the first place. So I don't know what's going to happen to me. I know that I tried my best to just go with it and hope for the best. And I don't know. I, I'm hearing about other people and they're being knocked out. There are these people who are actually stupid, but they're also conniving. And people don't want to believe it or they don't want to notice it. So when I'm like, that's a demon over there, people think I'm the bad guy for saying it, you know? And I say demon and I'm not a crazy religious person or anything like that. I believe in all kinds of things, but I think that's what demons are. People think demons are stuff they watch in The Conjuring or, you know, I'm not saying those things don't exist, but in a practical sense, the demons are the people who are out for themselves. The people who will do horrible things to whatever adults, children, anybody just to get ahead or not even for gain, just because it's a power trip, because it can. You know, I can't believe how, David Lynch died like a year ago or a year and a half ago, whatever. And everything is coming out that what he was telling us was 100% true. You know what I mean? Like Garmin Bozia. That's what the world is running on. And any of these people who are willing to eat it, they gain power. And they don't deserve it. And I watched this really horrible person being rude and obnoxious to everybody, including this person's superiors, and they're still there. And they're being propped up. And they're not smart. And I don't have an answer for it except this person has dirt on them or something. But that's why things just aren't making sense at all. Today was just a strange, strange day. Very strange day. What's today? Today is Tuesday. It's May 12th or something like that. I wrote them down on a piece of paper. I was writing, scratch paper. It's Helter Skelter. Charlie missed it, but it's Helter Skelter, and it's not the kind of Helter Skelter he thought. It's so screwed up that it is niche, and it has that malaise. It has that easy breezy feeling of small town, but it's dirty and corrupt. And it's like, remember in The Return when Mr. C was throwing up that orange yellow, how disgusting that was? That's what life is like right now, you know? But it's not any, it's like, there's a war going on, not in this country, but there's a war going on. And all this stuff happens, and you just say to yourself, it's all evil, and it's being going to be visited upon us eventually. But it always staves off for a long time, so I'm so confused about what's coming. Not just for myself, like my own. I'm headed off a cliff, but why is this happening to other people? Why is this happening to everybody? It shouldn't be happening. If there's fairness and there's any kind of balance, and it's not like they told us. It's not like these supposed pandemics or these diseases or whatever. That's not how it was in the stories. In the stories, it was always sudden and a huge thing on all at once, and the government couldn't possibly control it. And this is all backwards, you know? Slow roll out to bullshit. Maybe again, honestly, are people going to go along with it? Because I know a lot of people who are stupid enough to go along with it because they're unconscious. Like I said, they don't have to wake up and try to be bad. They don't have to be sitting there reading a satanic Bible or doing black masses. They just have to be unconscious, or they have to be only worried about money or only thinking about, I don't know, their pension or something instead of thinking about how they're treating people on a daily basis. Is any of this crap making them happy? If they're just like vacuous and shallow and, worried about the picket fence and the 2.5 children and the dog and Stuff that should be so last century. It should be so like a throwback to an older time when people just cared about appearances and cared about, you know, they didn't care about who they were as people. We should be so far from that. And it seems, and I know the COVID lockdown times threw everything into reverse, but it's not even like reverse. It's like it's reverse and it goes forward and it's reverse and it stalls and then you do a 360 spin and then you're in quicksand and then you're like, what? They move the goalposts, all these things that people are saying, but it's like, to me, that's all spiritual or energy or whatever, and I just can't believe most people are either putting their heads in the sand, they're going to see the Michael Jackson movie 10 times, people like that. I'm talking about myself. Being delusional, faking it till you make it, or whatever people are trying to do, but it's just like, it's so crazy. Because I can't explain today to myself. Today was so messed up. There were traffic accidents, and all this other thing, and then, you know, it just, it's like the people in charge who make all the decisions don't know anything or can't do anything, or they're the weak ones, or they will let somebody overrun it. They will let somebody below them run roughshod over them until that person takes their job away. Instead of just correcting them, instead of saying, hey, you can't do that. I'm your boss. Shut up. Stop talking to me like that. And stop screwing with everybody else. Like, the people on the top of the cowards, the people on the top are the ones who don't know anything or something. They don't know they don't know that it takes a village. It takes everybody to rebuke evil. It takes everybody to say, hey, you know what? You're a bad person. They're a good person. You can't treat the good person bad. Not on my watch. Nobody cares about that anymore. It's like, you treat them bad and you treat me bad, and I'm gonna let you do it because I don't want to be the bad guy, or what? I don't know. I really don't know. People are standing down at Olympic levels. People are just like complete cowardice.